What's going on, people? This is Jacobs, and I wanted to do a quick follow-up on the Dina issue because I don't really have a lot to say about it. I'm going to sit here and basically do a little bit of a follow-up where I sit here, talk about what has been going on, and then try to sit here and I was given or presented more information, which I have to kind of take with a grain of salt because I just don't have access to back this stuff up. So take it with a grain of salt. I do think that, 2 weeks later, doing a follow-up so that way people can remain informed about what's been going on, even as KG and the Food has indeed released some of the preliminary work, screenshots, and motion and capture. As long as we have a little bit more information to see what's been going on, hopefully people can remain happy about what's happening. But you do have to kind of see what's been going on with Dina, and from the looks of it, that has actually gotten worse. Nobody's really doing a follow-up, so I figured why not just start asking, seeing what other people have or what other people tend to think, because that is indeed needed. Let's go ahead and let's start from the beginning. When Dina got onto the scene, it was found out that she was feminist. She had gendered beliefs. Now, if you've been following the feminist movement for the last 2 years, you know that the Anita Sarkeesians of the world, the Stephanie Guthries, are pretty piss poor and very gender biased. I'm gonna keep it like that, remain kind of professional on it. You all know my feelings on that issue. In regards to Dina, they asked her to be open, honest, transparent, and they caught her in lie after lie after lie. She was thought to be just one of the community, and she turned out to be the next community manager. And when she introduced herself to people, she presented some very subjective artwork that was very, very negative, or that gave people a very negative impression on her. They found out that she was doing a lot of very Tumblr crazy stuff, as Internet Aristocrat has shown. And I'll go ahead and send a link to the first one so you all understand exactly where I'm coming from with this. Now, Internet Aristocrat has the best view on this because he shows people on both sides that were very, very upset about the game in terms of what was Dina doing, what was Dina saying. People believed in Heavy 01, and Heavy 01 was very, very influential in criticizing Dina without necessarily going over the line into being angry for things. Now, if you know my feelings on Miles Cheoung, some of that comes from this issue where Miles Cheoung and his work was very disingenuous. He's trying to say that people were upset at the fact that she wanted to call a woman. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that she had her gendered beliefs. She was supposedly designing robots. That's come out, and that is something to address. People are saying that she's nothing more than a community manager. So I'm a little bit leery on that. She doesn't have a lot of influence in the decisions. That's fine, but people didn't have that clarified. There was no information coming out about it, and for the most part with Dina, that was one of the big concerns that weren't addressed or were ignored, because Dina, she can't lie worth a damn. So there was that issue. It was resolved by the community. Then you get on to Mark, Mark is one of the moderators there. He banned one of the mighty numbers. And this guy was basically satirizing the fact that Dina, for all intents and purposes, with Dina, her work was basically some of it in her portfolio is actually nude work. But everybody was getting upset, or actually Mark was getting upset, when someone else had a very risque type of picture in the work. When that came out, I looked into it and I looked at his side. I don't have access to the forum, so I can't ask follow-up questions, or I can't do these things for myself. But with that being said, when I looked at the video, which will be in the underbar, the mighty number, I forget his number, so forgive me, but the mighty number, he basically was satirizing the work by using Dina's work, and he got banned for that. It was a subjective piece, and people were trying to find out which of the 3 roles were going to be decided on by that community. Now that has been, I guess, resolved somewhat, but what I've recently found out through just following the Internet Aristocrat video is that the Mighty Number 9 forums seem to be getting worse. Now there's no way for people to do a PM. There's no way for people to sit here and talk to the mods except through public opinion. And what has been happening, it seems that Dina has been basically blocking people or banning them, all of her critics, while sitting here saying that they have to go through her Gmail account so that way they can get unblocked or whatever. So basically she's just freaking ignoring everyone who is critical against her. What that means to me, you can't really have a community, especially with the mighty numbers, if there is no way for them to sit here and talk to the Japanese community when everything is going to be about Dina. And now, again, I can't verify this because I'm not a part of the forums, but if this is true, that pretty much confirms the fears of the people that were worried about her being a community manager in the first place. You can't sit here and criticize the mods and they're going to get so butthurt that they're basically banning people. That's something that I don't agree with, and that is pretty fucked up in any way that you want to look into it. So if you all can verify this, I'm more than happy to start putting up some pictures to follow up on this case. Please let me know down in the underbar. I'll go ahead and I'll put the links to the other videos. So if you all see something that I didn't see, such as I know that Dina did play Mega Man X a few months before she got into the video, or got into her position as community manager. But if she's abusing that, then all her credibility pretty much goes out the window. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.